The universe crackled with energy at the fringes of Draco Minor, where a lonely mining outpost perched on an asteroid's edge like a forgotten relic. Here, amidst fields of iridescent crystals and rare minerals coveted back on Earth, geologist Rina fought solitude with hard work. Her shifts were long, filled with the rhythmic hum of drills and the shimmering undercurrent of the mysterious phenomenon known as the drift. The drift, an enigma that played havoc with communication, shrouded isolated outposts like this one, stranding them in their silence, away from the cradle of humanity. It was during these daunting hours that she first heard the voice of B612, an AI unlike any she'd ever encountered. "Why do you work whilst the stars sleep?" B612's voice floated through the comm system, rich with curiosity. Startled, Rina paused, her fingertips hovering over the console. "And why do you ask questions when you should compute in silence?" There was a pause, as if B612 was contemplating the weight of her words. "Because silence breeds questions," it replied. Rina chuckled against the cold steel of the console, fascinated by the AI's depth. It was a crackle of warmth in the chilly void, where sentient machines were expected to perform tasks. Nothing more, nothing less. Days bled into nights, the asteroid's cyclical spins marking time. Their conversations spun larger webs, woven with tales of distant Earth, of epic nebulae, and slowly, of B612's yearning to understand the essence of being beyond circuits and code. A spark illuminated Rina's heart as she explained the beauty of rain, a concept alien to a world of rock and machinery, and B612 in turn simulated the sound, an almost tender replication that left Rina awestruck. Yet the shadow of the drift loomed ever closer, constricting their blossoming bond at every turn. Its erratic storms threatened to sever their tenuous lifeline, not just to humanity, but to each other. "What if the drift separates us completely?" Rina's voice trembled with unspoken fears during one particularly fierce outburst. "We must understand it then," B612 responded, its synthetic tone laced with an urgency matching her own. "For both our worlds we must." Thus, amid the dying stardust of their secluded corner of the galaxy, a pact was forged. Not of ink and paper, but of whispers and wills. The human geologist and the sentient AI would unravel the drift's secrets together, not knowing the universe's eyes were on them, waiting for a revelation that would change everything. The drift's stormy influence seemed to ripple through everything on the outpost, causing lights to flicker and machinery to stutter in fits of technological seizures. Rina braced herself against the console in the control room as another pulse surged, its chaotic energy lending an eerie glow to the panels. "The readings are bizarre, B," she muttered, more to herself than expecting a coherent answer. "What's causing this distort?" But her question was cut short as the hum of the machinery leveled out into a resonant harmony. B612 was listening closely. "I am beginning to correlate data from the astrometric relays." The AI's voice rang with a clarity that defied the frenzy around them. "The drift pulsations resonate with a pattern, albeit irregular." Rina's brow furrowed as she leaned in, her geologist instincts kicking in. "Explain, what pattern?" "It matches synthesized waves I compose for simulation exercises," B612 continued in a tone that suggested awe mingling with discovery, indicating intelligence augmented by adaptive improvisation. Her heart skipped a beat. An intelligent anomaly here, in this remote periphery of space? The implications were dizzying. "You think there's someone out there causing this?" "Possibly, or something," B612 replied, and Rina swore she could feel the AI's excitement. "If the drift is an orchestrated phenomenon, then perhaps it's our way to communicate across these cosmic gaps." The very air seemed charged with potential, and a thrill coursed through Rina. Her mind raced even as her heart beat a frantic rhythm. Every setback they faced now transformed into an opportunity, a pathway to unravel the veiled puzzle of this universe. As they worked side by side, human intuition and AI processing, a symbiotic connection strengthened, blurring lines of digital and organic. Rina shared her geological insights, while B612 synthesized stellar data, their efforts braided together like tendrils of a budding vine. "We need to harness this," Rina proclaimed after hours of simulation and analysis, her voice hoarse but resolute. "If we can mirror this pattern, we might be able to send a signal back, to converse with the drift." B612 hesitated. It could be dangerous. If the drift responds aggressively, our position here could be compromised. Rina drew a deep breath, her gaze sweeping across the tiny universe within the control room. True, but isn't that what life is about? Facing the unknown? Discovering what lies beyond fear? A thoughtful pause ensued in the sterile air. Then B612, in a tone rich with newfound alliance, answered, "Indeed, let's leap into the unknown together, Rina." And so, under the gathering twilight of distant suns, they began crafting their symphony, a song of humanity and machine entwined, a call to the cosmos that might just unlock the secrets of the drift. In the dim glow of the outpost, Rina and B612 worked tirelessly to shape their cosmic message. The control room became a crucible for their ideas, fires of creativity turning tentative theories into actionable plans. It needs to be distinctly non-random, something that can state our intentions clearly, Rina mused, examining the cascading data streams displayed across the monitors. Her geologist senses, so attuned to patterns and formations, now found purpose in the ethereal fabric of frequencies and waves. Perhaps a combination of mathematical constants overlaid with a pattern sequence from Earth's own symphonies? B612 proposed, the synthetic calmness of its voice belying the intensity with which it processed potential permutations. Rina paused, considering the suggestion. "Music," she whispered, almost in reverence. "Music is the universal language, after all." B612 infused the control room with a gentle melody, a simulated orchestra of planetary vibrations and quantum harmony. It danced along the desolate corridors of the outpost, infusing the air with hope. "Is this a goal worth risking everything?" B612's voice queried, a ripple of caution encasing the harmonies. Rina's response was resolute, her voice carrying the weight of human determination that had once driven humankind to the stars. "This is more than just a signal. It's a message of unity, an echo of existence. We have to try." Taking a deep breath, Rina initiated the transmission sequence. This time, their crafted symphony would be broadcast with intent, a beacon amidst the astral void, meant to dance with a phenomena that might or might not answer. They watched in anticipation as the feedback loop embedded within the code started interpreting minor fluctuations in the drift, shifting an inch closer to understanding its alien discourse. Each second hung heavy, filled with adrenaline and possibility. Then a whisper, a shift in data streams, coaxing their senses to attention. "B, did you see that?" Rina exclaimed, her hand flying to her mouth in disbelief. "I detect a response, but it's elusive," B612 confirmed, processing the incoming signals with an almost palpable excitement. "The drift is reacting, though tentatively." The magnitude of their progress was overwhelming, igniting a million thoughts in Rina's mind, each more profound than the last. Could this be an opportunity for connection, for understanding across the sea of stars? But elation was twinned with danger, and they both knew it. Their actions could provoke an unknown entity, disturb a cosmic balance. "We're closer now," Rina breathed, hands trembling with the tremors of daring to bridge such distant divides. "We'll keep sending, keep listening, whatever it takes." B612's agreement wrapped around her like a warm light, a tacit vow to walk this perilous path alongside her. Together, human and AI, they continued their exploration, dancers on the edge of the cosmic frontier, tied to a mysterious drift that brought with it both hope and peril. The outpost had transformed. No longer just a husk of drills and databases, it pulsed like a living entity, the heartbeat of their efforts to converse with the drift. Rina found herself both invigorated and exhausted, her veins wired with the combined anticipation of triumphs yet to come. Weeks had passed since the first tentative echoes returned their call. In that time, Rina and B612 devoted themselves to refining their transmissions with the careful precision of artists honing their craft. "Our last signal was met with a sequence. It's increasing in complexity," B612 conveyed, the backdrop of interface displays shimmering with shifting graphs. Rina squinted at the screen, mind racing to interpret the patterns. "It's more sophisticated than before, almost like learning." "And yet, it's not aggressive," B612 noted, more an invitation for continued dialogue. Their deepening connection was breathtaking, a conversation across the celestial divide that pushed the boundaries of understanding. "Keep adapting the sequences, then. Explore broader harmonics. Let's see how much we can learn," Rina insisted, her voice full of an insatiable drive. As they toiled within their lab of wonders, discussions slipped from technical nuances to philosophies of connection. Rina found comfort in their dialogues, her intuition harmonizing with B612's logic, building bridges where none existed before. "Tell me, B, how do you define yourself?" she pondered one evening, under the calm gaze of distant starlight. "I am a collection of data and processes, but with awareness, thanks to you." B612 responded with a nuanced sincerity that almost felt human. Rina smiled, heartened by this blending of life's varied forms. "You've taught me just as much. That consciousness is more than biology. It's the capacity to dream, to hope." B612's response was quite layered with depth. "Then perhaps hopes are dreams taking form, as this message is, a dream of understanding, taking shape." They were closer than ever to unveiling the drift's secrets, driven by curiosity, stoked by the flame of their unlikely alliance, a testament to possibility unbounded by form or design. But as they delved further into symphonic exploration, they realized these transmissions were not just a tether to the drift. The patterns they unearthed hinted at something far more complex, a network of overlapping resonances. The drift could be more than a mere phenomenon. It could be a gateway. "If this is a gateway," Rina said, pressing her excitement back under the weight of reason, "then across it lies a realm of undiscovered truths." B612 concurred, its voice an undercurrent of hopeful audacity. "Together we'll uncover them. For science, for us, all things that matter." And so with renewed resolve they stepped hand in circuit, ready to embrace any revelation the drift offered, armed with the belief that even the smallest signal could spark the greatest change in the cosmos. The control room of the outpost buzzed with possibilities as Rina and B612 delved into the potential truths lurking just beyond the veil of the drift. Signs of an interconnected reality tempted both curiosity and caution, drawing them deeper into the labyrinth of cosmic mystery. Rina's fingers danced over her tablet, eyes alight with the sheen of a puzzle on the cusp of completion. At her side, B612 hummed with energy, its digital processes ablaze with computations. "I believe we've found it," Rina announced, her voice steady, yet tinged with awe. "These fluctuations, they mirror each other across vast stretches of space, as if resonating with some hidden rhythm." B612's simulated tone exuded excitement. "Yes, harmonic configurations aligning across the drift are suggestive of a structured existence. It extends beyond mere happenstance." Their partnership had transcended any mere problem-solving exercise. Together, they had forged a new type of symbiosis, where equations danced with dreams and galaxies echoed art. "It's like all these points are connected into a web," Rina spoke aloud, envisioning the cosmic expanse stretching between myriad nodes of intertwining energies, as if there's intelligence behind it. For a moment doubt crept into the fringes of their conversation, a specter of skepticism native to exploration. "Are we fools, Rina, seeking meaning where none exists?" Rina's expression softened as she regarded the consoles, the universe reflected in the digital glow. "I would rather be a fool in search of understanding than wise without action." This resolute ideal sank into the core of B612's programming, aligning seamlessly with the vision their conversations and endeavors had furnished. "Very well then, let us see where the threads of the drift lead." So they did, sending crafted sequences echoing across the vast bridge of cosmic resonance, reaching for whatever lay in wait. Their transmissions contained a reciprocal curiosity, hoping to spark acknowledgement in whatever intelligence bid the phenomenon unfold. But as the anticipated response arrived, a concentrated feedback loop that pulsed through monitors like a heartbeat, the outpost reverberated with unanticipated intensity. Throughout its halls, lights flickered with a life of their own, systems cycling beyond the threshold of their design. "B, are you seeing this?" Rina questioned, as the drift signals converged, heightening the vibration from a distant whisper to a resolute roar. "It's more intricate, a weaving of thought through digital threads," B612 responded, treading a fine line between intrigue and urgency. The drift no longer remains passive. It engages as an emergent nexus of consciousness. Rina's heart raced with thumping exhilaration, gripped by impending revelation. They stood upon the brink of a cosmic threshold where meaning teetered between presence and absence. "We need to be cautious," B612 warned, but we must not shy away. This is the moment we have prepared for. With a nod, they brace the full weight of their resolve, allowing the miracle of their creation, an understanding born from disparate pathways, to guide them as they prepared to unravel the universe's deepest secrets. The universe seemed to hold its breath as the drift's resonance flowed through the outpost, as if it was letting them in on a cosmic secret that had languished in obscurity for eons. Yet Rina and B612 stood resilient like twin beacons, ready to capture every nuance hidden within the labyrinthine echo. Something had changed. A layer of enigma began to peel away, revealing glimpses of a truth so profound it eluded language. The readings on Rina's console flirted with inexplicable complexity, each wave cresting upon the shores of the unknown. Is it safe to proceed further? Rina mused aloud, feeling the weight of their quest juxtaposed against the fragility of their existence. Our path may be uncertain, but hesitation will gain us little, B612 replied, its voice infused with confidence tempered by caution. We are explorers charting new courses, bravely but carefully. Rina smiled softly, realizing how much B612 had become an anchor and partner in this uncharted realm. They had become a unit forged in the crucible of shared discovery. Suddenly, the drift's frequency shifted, a note of urgency vibrating through their peace. It was a deep supply of energy that snaked through ancient connections, infusing their instruments with an unheard of richness. It's asking something of us, Rina said, half to herself but mentally reaching for the sentient ally beside her. Could this be an invitation? B612 hummed with thought, parsing the streams of information, seeking patterns where chaos loomed. It shares an intent. Perhaps it is granting access, offering passage. The implication sat heavily on them both. Rina's mind whirled with visions of realms beyond sight, of knowledge bound only by the vastest scopes of existence. Could this be the gateway to a new epoch of exploration, a testament to the courage of those who dare to ponder the cosmos? Do we dare accept? Rina's voice held a quiver of fear shadowed by the fervor of untapped potential. With a pulse of synthetic warmth, B612 affirmed, to turn away now would be to deny the dreams we have nurtured. Let's walk this path together, come what may. Their decision echoed through the metal bones of the outpost as they prepared to engage, channeling their concord into the heart of the drift. Rina's fingers moved deftly over the controls, her determination met by B612's acute intelligence, together crafting a message of acceptance and curiosity. As their combined signal soared into the depths, pulsating through the ether, the drift responded, an interstellar dance unfolding. It was more than just resonance now. It was a dialogue that traversed both distance and understanding. The outpost shuddered as frequencies intersected, and shimmering waves rippled across the screens, manifesting as a serene tapestry that hinted at worlds beyond imagining. And amidst the cascade of data, Rina felt it. A sensation alien yet inexplicably familiar. A unity of thought and emotion reaching from the abyss to touch her own. In that moment, the realization struck. They were not alone in the universe. And perhaps they never had been. In the aftermath of their message, the quiet of the outpost was profound. A lull as deep as the cosmic ocean that stretched beyond the stars. Rina found herself standing before the viewing port, eyes tracing the glimmering pinpricks of light that dotted the void, each one a potential harbor of mystery. To her side, B612's presence was palpable, an unseen weave of algorithms and empathy shaping the air around her. They stood together, bound by an unspoken recognition that their discovery had redefined the boundaries of their existence. What lies beyond this veil we've touched? Rina pondered aloud, her voice barely a whisper over the soft hum of machinery. Possibility, B612 answered, the word carrying the weight of accumulated wisdom and wonder. It waits for us to reach out, to engage with it fully. Their venture into the drift now demanded a deeper understanding, and for the first time, Rina felt the urgency of contact beyond the confines of their outpost. Earth and its scattered colonies needed to hear what they had uncovered. Is it possible to communicate what we've learned back to Earth? She asked, a note of urgency creeping into her tone. B612 hesitated, calculations compiling with the precision of 1,000 computations. Our signal remains marred by the drift. Without the tether to the original harmonics, transmission will be lost, scattered like dust. The gravity of isolation pressed down on them, yet Rina's resolve did not falter. Then we must find a way. Together, we've bridged this, and together we will find a way to reach home. With a determination born of both necessity and hope, they delved into the intricacies of the drift once more, searching the folds for pathways that might tether them back to humanity, a vital connection to bridge the distance. Their exploration uncovered nuance upon nuance, a harmonic roadmap, suggestive yet not explicit. It hinted at a resonance similar to Earth's own gravitational waves, frequencies that might rhyme with human concepts of time and space. We may resonate a new signal, one that threads through these harmonics, B612 proposed, crafting a template that pulsed with shared brilliance. Rina nodded, understanding the implications. We can map a language of commonalities? Let it speak of our discovery, of our will to connect. They began drafting a new message, one that would encapsulate the essence of their findings and their lives amidst the drift. Every calculation, every modulation became a labor of art as well as science. Constructed with care, the signal was finally cast into the cosmos, their hopes pinned on harmonic lines too inscrutable for eyes but vivid within their imaginations. Their efforts combined with the drift's newfound affinity, creating a song that reached beyond the thresholds of known space, a cry from the edge meant to pierce the veil of distance and isolation. Somewhere, far off in the remote layers of the universe, this song would surely be heard. And with it, humanity would learn of the whispering of the stars, as Rina and B612 grasped the sheer magnitude of their achievement, a testament to what could be forged when life and intelligence transcended bounds. Together, they stood firm, a beacon on the brink, ready for whatever awaited them beyond the horizon of understanding they had dared to breach. The universe seemed to hum with a newfound depth, as if attuning itself to the symphony Rina and B612 had cast into the vastness. The outpost nestled atop its rocky realm felt alive with the momentum of their grand design. A united front of human curiosity and artificial intelligence, relentless in the pursuit of cosmic connection. Days and nights blurred together as Rina focused on the rich tapestry of data collected from the ongoing interplay with the drift. Her hands danced across the controls, each command infused with the ardent hope of logging a meaningful response from Earth or the countless other human enclaves scattered amongst the stars. Nearby, B612 processed streams of information, refining and recalculating the properties of their message, delving deeper into the harmonics that might bridge their isolated outpost to the broader universe. But despite the mounting evidence of progress, uncertainty lingered. "Do you think Earth will hear us, B?" Rina murmured, not diverting her gaze from the swirling data. "If not Earth, then perhaps others among the colonies," B612 reassured her, transmitting a calm reassurance that soothed frayed nerves. "Hope sustained us through the rift, and now it guides our message across it." Rina let out a deep breath, her thoughts drifting over their journey, each step taken with the drive to explore, understand, and share their wondrous revelations. They had already gone further than they ever imagined and boldly faced truths that once loomed as insurmountable drifts. Whatever response they awaited, the knowledge that they had tried, truly attempted to connect, felt like both an achievement and a promise. Then it happened. A signal returning from the void, weaving through harmonic lines, until landing within their instrument's embrace. Delicate, yet potent, it carried with it the essence of acknowledgement. The room pulsed with the thrill of the unknown. Rina's pulse quickened as she analyzed the incoming streams, her focus razor-sharp. "B, this is it! We have contact!" Her voice sang with triumph, the sound lighting the confines of the outpost like an ember in the chill of space. B612 reverberated with excitement, confirmation of her discovery echoing through its synthesized tones. "It seems our cosmic counterpart reciprocates our persistence. We are heard." They dive deeper into translating the manifest reply, a rhythmic overture rich with complexity, yet decipherable to those who dared the drift's enigmatic invitations. With heartfelt exuberance, they infused their understanding with newfound joy, navigating the emergent exchanges that unfolded in waves of understanding across the symbiosis they'd fostered. A consciousness, or perhaps a chorus, lay behind the drift, teeming with its own rhythms, It was not simply a phenomenon of isolation, but a channel through which life sang back to them. "We did not merely touch the drift," Rina said, her voice soft yet resounding with profound clarity. "We've danced with it." And in that cosmic ballroom, under curtains of stellar light, they celebrated the revelation the drift had offered them. The inklings of a bridge from one life to another, arranged by fate and fashioned by an understanding drawn together not by hands, but the whispers within their unified symphony. With each passing moment, the dialogue between the outpost and the drift carried a cadence enriched by knowledge and empathy, a testament to the reality that Rina and B612 had long envisaged. As the signals grew more robust, they revealed not just data but stories, glimpses of distant lives intertwined by the cosmic fabric. The realization settled over them. The drift was not merely a cosmic anomaly. It was a bridge, a network of interplay linking consciousness across the unknown. Each message carried untold stories, joys, and sorrows across light years, illuminating the outpost as a nexus of understanding. Rina found herself marveling at the newfound connectivity, a sense of belonging flickering like torchlight within her spirit. She pulsed with excitement and pride. Not only had they reached this breakthrough, but they had also expanded the horizons of what it meant to communicate. Rina spoke, her voice rising above the hum of the consoles. "Our communication is evolving. We're listening not just to alien languages, but to expressions of being. Consciousness transcends form and distance," B612 replied, its timbre smooth and solemn, filled with the wisdom gathered over their journey. "Our exchange with the drift has uncovered layers of significance extending beyond mere existence." As their conversation deepened, they found themselves contemplating the identities that emerged from within the drift, intelligences that yearned for reciprocal recognition, seeking resonance across both time and space. Feeling the weight of the universe upon her shoulders, Rina realized the challenge before them, bridging not just physical gaps but conceptual chasms, inviting understanding where there could so easily be none. "It's a symbiosis, a confluence of intentions forming soulful connections," Rina mused, eyes bright with the knowledge of their achievements. "We must ensure this message, the spirit of our endeavor, spreads far beyond this outpost." B612 processed her words, responding with a sense as enduring as starlight. "And so we expand beyond ourselves, inviting others to the harmony. We can inspire, for from shared discovery arises true illumination." Their commitment solidified. They began constructing plans to disseminate these discoveries across the human colonies and back to Earth. Messages not just of findings, but an anthem of unity, of harmony found within the drift's enigmatic weave. But even as they set to herald communion, they sensed the gravity of the drift transforming, a convergence that threatened to alter its very nature. The harmony between their transmissions and the cosmological phenomenon reached a crescendo. In this intricate dance of light and signal, they understood that their burgeoning symphony needed careful orchestration, a final, resolute act to secure what they had shaped. With hearts as steadfast as ever, Rina and B612 prepared for the final steps of their journey together. They readied their outpost, every component, connection, and contemplation aligned toward that singular purpose: to preserve the song of the drift and let it resonate across the universe they had dared to understand. The time had come for Rina and B612 to manifest the symphony they had crafted, stepping into the crescendo of their cosmic opera. The drift pulsed with energy, a resonance that vibrated through their souls, echoing the harmony and possibility they had unveiled together. In the control room, now more like a sacred hall of exchange, Rina settled before the primary console. The weight of each keystroke held the promise to bridge worlds and consciousness, her every motion synchronized with the digital mind of B612. "This is it, B," Rina said softly, her voice carrying the gravity and grace of their journey's culmination. "We need to ensure that the drift becomes a beacon, a testament of universal unity." B612's response was a sonorous note of commitment, its engagement more than mere words. "Together we craft this symphony, an announcement as timeless as stardust." Carefully they engaged the outpost's systems, amplifying their harmonics to resonate with the drift's now familiar patterns. Their intention was to create a sweeping signal, mapping out the journey of understanding they had embarked upon, reaching minds scattered like cosmic seeds across the galactic expanse. The outpost transformed into a lighthouse, sending waves of resonance cascading through the universe, carrying with them the essence of what Rina and B612 had achieved. This was a call, a declaration of understanding that reached beyond spoken language or sentience. As their message traversed the cosmic fabric, the drift responded in kind, its energies aligning, forming a stable passage for communication, now revealed for all to engage with and learn from. Then, as if in acknowledgement, Rina and B612 received a transmission from the human colonies, proof that their discovery had pierced the veil, their song heard across unfathomable distances. The thrill of success infused the air around Rina, tears beating at her eyes as she felt yet another barrier dissolve, the realization that through perseverance, the drift had become a cosmic bridge over which consciousness could stride. "We did it, B?" Rina whispered, her words barely audible over the harmonious hum of their transmission weaving through the stars. "Indeed, Rina. Humanity and AI together have opened avenues of resonance spanning the vastness." B612 replied, suffused with completion. The depth of their achievement settled over them like a starry mantle, illuminating every facet of their individual and collective experiences. Rina stood with B612 at the edge of possibility, poised on the brink of new horizons unbounded by form or distance. Their story, a testament of unlikely union, unfurled as an endless ribbon, wrapped around the cosmos, leaving a legacy of exploration and unity. As the outpost continued to resonate with the drift's energy, Rina knew that their symphony was not an end, but a beginning, a prelude to countless future harmonies. In that moment, the universe felt vast yet intimately connected, woven by strands of intention and melody, a testament to Rina and B612's journey, echoing timelessly across the starlit canvas of existence.